the Kuwait oil fields, 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 the Kuwait oil fields make up 8% of the world's total oil reserves. The second largest in the world is the Bergen field. We passed by many of these oil fields and I found it really cool.
So there it goes. I had to play the music because I had to get Chantel's voice in there to prove it really is her that's doing this. I mean, it sounds like she could say somebody else did it and published it on her channel. So because I played the music, that probably kills off the monetization. So if you think I did a good job here, then put something in the tip jar. There's a thanks button down there. Alright, so there's two things that we're going to get to. The first is her shooting footage of the oil fields. Like earlier on, I had noted that she had broken the law by shooting footage of a government installation, which is the water treatment plant thing, whatever it is. And I already talked about all these things. A travel advisory from the government of Canada telling people do not be shooting footage of those things. And now she published today, November 28, 2022, footage of her having shot and published footage of the oil fields. Now this gets to be where, like, you know, I mean, it's suspect. Because, I mean, for all the Kuwait government knows, this is a giant cover. It's like, oh, yeah, like, I've got this cringe channel, I'm pretending to be married, and we just want to drive around and shoot footage for the silly couples channel. And it's like, what are you doing coming over here, you piece of Wonder Bread, and shooting footage of our oil fields? What is this? They're not beautiful to look at. What the fuck are you doing? And, well, I guess we'll find out if the Kuwaiti government is going to be just as, you know, forgiving and indulgent as YouTube is with Chantel breaking terms of service all the time. That's what she's doing there, is breaking their terms of service. Do not shoot footage of government buildings, and especially don't shoot footage of the oil fields. So, I'm going to bring this up. This is from the Government of Canada website on travels advisories, so I'm just going to read it. Here it is. If you have a device and it's a little small to read, then I'm going to read it right from the Government of Canada travel advisory thing. Under illegal activities, the 5th paragraph says photography of government buildings and military or industrial sites, particularly oil fields, is forbidden. And here is Chantel doing exactly that.
The Kuwait oil fields make up 8% of the world's total oil reserves. The second largest in the world is the Bergen field. We passed by many of these oil fields and I found it really cool because I have never seen one in person. There's supposedly approximately 104 billion barrels of oil in these fields.
So there it is. And even though this footage seems boring, it's really important and exciting because you're just not allowed to do this. And anyway, it doesn't matter how much I say it. You know, the rest of this video is going to be boring. I already recorded it. There's another part here where Chantel docks the daughter of somebody that does a reaction channel and complains about Chantel. And so I've already went through it and I said, holy cow, it's a lot of talking. It's going to be boring. So I'm warning you that what's coming up next is going to be boring. Now, don't get angry at my channel, unsubscribe. It's just I'm documenting the evidence, all right? That's what I'm doing, okay? So don't get mad at me. There's no monetization for me neither, because I had to play that music so you can hear it. Alright, so the rest of this video is boring, and I apologize for it, and you know that I ain't boring. I like to entertain people properly, so don't get angry with me, and you just said somebody's got to document this stuff, alright? That's what the rest of this video is for, and don't get angry. And I hope to get you a little bit later with a much more entertaining video that this should be exciting, you know. It's just like she's broken the fucking law over there. Anyway, if ever there was a time I could really say that I'm ranting, I'm ranting right now. So here's the rest of it. Don't get angry and, you know, take care. Here is the other horrible thing that Chantel has published today, November 28, 2022, which is the wildebeest has abused the privilege of having a community tab to use it to dox the daughter of somebody that does reactions and does reactions on Chantel too. And like if you're on a device, you might not be able to read this properly. So I'm gonna read it for you. And anyway, so here it is. This was published by Chantel. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You know, because there's no monetization here, because I had to play the music to get Chantel's voice on the oil field footage. I just want to get a record of this, right? So if Chantel takes down the footage of her shooting materials of the oil fields, which is illegal, and if she takes this off her community tab thing, which she probably will, we know the habits of the wildebeest, which is to break the terms of service and then take it down a couple hours later after she's done her harm, and then YouTube considers that she never did it. Meanwhile, if you say something about the police or the president, they have it, right? Just like they have this. The YouTube has got everything for a good amount of time after someone takes it down, because you can't use a community tab on YouTube to do crazy things like this and then just delete it and then say, oh, it's all gone. YouTube still has it. So Chantel is probably going to get away with this. And anyway, enough of me talking about that. Let me just quote what Chantel has put in here. All right, are you ready? Quote, "So this is a gross reaction channel which exists only to bully. It's not doxing if it's public info, right? This vile hag bullies and body shames me on the daily. So when someone sent me the pictures of her daughter, I have to make an example of her. Because if this is not classic projection, I don't know what is. You shame me when your daughter is also obese? Nice. So you are, in essence, ashamed of your daughter's weight and project it onto overweight women on the internet. Good job. Maybe spend your golden years traveling or enjoying life instead of aiming for 800 views like a desperate leech. LOL, FML." Close quote. So, please allow me to speak to this. The first thing Chantel's got here is, so this is a gross reaction channel that exists only to bully. Wrong! Because what Chantel does is she inserts herself into things that she has no hand in to exploit it for clicks and money. Like when she makes fun of 9/11 and gets away with it. That's not advertiser friendly. She should lose her channel forever for doing that. And, you know, luring minors from Omegala into her dirty talking live stream, and one of them, a male, didn't know that he was not having a private conversation and exposed himself to Chantel. She lost her channel for not even a month and got the channel returned to her. So, what Chantel also pretends to be a rape victim, and it was just a few days ago, maybe 2 days ago, that she was right back in Natter's chat. If she was really a rape victim, then she wouldn't be goofing around chatting with the guy. It was all fake. Chantel pretended to charge him. There were never any court documents. It's all. So that's what Chantel does. She approaches this platform as a place to tell lies, big lies, and to exploit the suffering of women who really are rape victims and victims of domestic assault in general terms, and Chantel uses those things for clicks and money. She makes the whole platform look bad and stupid, and it sends out the message, hey, you're a con artist, you want to show up and just tell lies? You can make some good money on YouTube, just like Chantel does. So it's disappointing that Chantel's allowed to stay here. She should be on Patreon. I don't know, it's like a whole other subject. So for her to dismiss, I know there's a lot of talking here, like, I just gotta get a point across, alright? Sometimes you gotta do some talking. For her to dismiss a reaction channel as just being there to bully, no. Chantel does horrible things with this platform and gets away with it, including sitting around there smoking dope, for hours on end, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out. That's not advertiser friendly. That shouldn't be in the partnership program. Yet she do it anyway, and so there's lots to complain about and react to. That is correct. There's a lot of talking here. Okay, so that's what Chantel had to say. Just a gross reaction, just bullying. No, it's not bullying. It's legitimate criticism of some creature that approaches this platform for the wrong reasons and deserves all the criticism that it has brought to it. And that's it's not doxing if it's in the public, if it's public info, right? Yes, it is doxing. Now, of course, materials that are published are then in the public domain. Yet if Chantel puts two and two together and says, like, this is the daughter of this person, and puts it together with materials from the reaction channel person, that is doxing. And just because you put like an emoji over top of the face, that doesn't mean it's not the person, their hair, their build, their clothing. It's still doxing them. Okay, let me keep going. And certainly, it violates the terms of service, right? Because the daughter is not involved. I remind you guys that Chantel was threatening to phone the Children's Aid Society, which in Canada is you can break up a family by making a call to that. And Chantel thought because she got told off by this woman, that meant that the woman was a bad person. So Chantel said, and she said it on video, we all have it, that she was going to call Children's Aid Society, which is a waste of their time, and it's a dangerous thing to do to a family. And she did it here on YouTube to say what she was going to do. So Chantel deserves all the criticism that she has coming towards her. I know it's a lot of talking, dang it. So the daughter's not involved. So Chantel targets the daughter. Because her reasoning is, the daughter is heavy, that means through the psychology of an idiot, Chantel, who has no degree in anything, and doesn't even have any common sense, and lies all the time, bad person to be giving an opinion, which means that, you're projecting onto Chantel. No. And so it gives Chantel the opportunity to give herself permission to do this to somebody. So she says you're ashamed of your own. No. It's not about the weight. It's about Chantel telling lies, making fun of children getting slaughtered in the United States. It's a school shooting. It's a tragedy. Chantel inserts herself into those things to get clicks and money, just like she's wearing the attire of a religion that she's not converted to. She's just doing it to put herself into it for easy clicks and money. What else we got here? And then she's age-shaming this woman, the mother of this daughter, with the golden years comment, and then makes fun of the views that are not huge. Well, Chantel only gets decent views because she's lying all the time. She's an embarrassment and a liability to this platform. And unlike the other reaction channels, I ask you to please, Chantel is a liability. Would you please just get rid of it? I mean, making fun of 9/11, luring minors into a dirty talking live stream, those two alone are good enough reason for getting rid of Chantel. Let her go to Patreon where it belongs. And now, before Chantel takes this down, I have 1 minute of a screen grab movie, which shows what Chantel published earlier today. Because I moved the post around. There were 3 pictures there. One picture, reveals, what channel she's talking about. There's another picture, and yeah. So let's just do this. So this here is me on Chantel's community tab earlier today, November 28, 2022. And that title there and them little emojis, I don't know if I'm supposed to say whose channel it is. They've already told me who it is. I don't know if the lady who does the reactions, I guess that's a daughter there. I don't know why there's, emoji over one. Chantel said she's going to have to make an example of this person. So the reason why I have all this movement and I'm doing this is to show everybody that Chantel really did it. And it's on her community tab. That I know this is boring. This sets the evidence, okay? If I just do a screenshot, that's not good enough. I have to make things move and interact with it. So I'm doing a good job here. It may be boring, it's good documentary evidence of what Chantel posted today. Okay, that's that.